Hey, it's Chuck the Iceman Liddell, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Steph, pretty basic question. What was your reaction when you heard that Steve was tested positive and that Mike was going to be coaching this game?
It's been a wild day all the way around. We had some. You just had to kind of figure it out on the fly and understand. We've been through this before. Guys that were here in 16, 17. With coaching his back problems back in the day where he was out of the lineup, but still had an influence, and Mike B stepped up. So we didn't really have a lot of time to react. So just come with the same approach. Understand we know what the game plan is, and then go out and try to execute. We obviously didn't for 3 quarters. Defensively, we were solid. Just offensively, just couldn't get anything going. And then gutted it out.
Steph, 2 questions for you. Is there anything unique about the purple shoes? And is there something you figured out in the 4th quarter?
Nothing figured out. It was just don't let the first 3 quarters influence the fact that we still had a chance to win the game. Shoot the shots you think you can make. Play aggressive. Take care of the ball. We did all of those things. We were able to get enough stops. That guy in the corner was unbelievable down the stretch, taking on that challenge. So just understand we've been here before. Whether we won or lost, the intentions of how we could give ourselves a chance in the 4th quarter was all we focused on, and then got it done.
You
shocked the system a little bit.
You were yelling something at Draymond when he got that tip block on Jaren to close it. What were you saying to him?
I don't know what the transcript was. It's something to the effect of, that's what you do. And every opportunity we have to appreciate his greatness on that end of the floor, especially at this stage, that's what it's all about. Offensive avalanches are loud and then the crowd gets into it. But when the defensive stop seals games and you get to enjoy those moments, that's if it hits a little different, especially when you see that fire come out of him. So I don't know what I actually said verbatim, but it was something to that effect.
Oh, there's a lot of emotions going on before the game. Then you get the coaching change. But yet you guys, even though the offense wasn't where you wanted to be, you did enough to stay in the game. Was there a sense that your experience and that you guys would find a way to figure out a way to pull this thing out all along?
Yeah, just staying with it. Like I said, defensively, we kept them at bay for the most part throughout the game. And we still were our worst enemy a little bit with rushing in the first 6 minutes on offense. There are times our shot selection and missing shots affected our transition defense. But for the most part, when you come into a 4th quarter with no flow offensively and you're still within, 3 or 4 possessions of coming back, that feels there's some motivation behind that. And then, like you said, we've been here before. We know how to pull off games like this, whether it happened or not. It's about just how you approach it, and we made that happen.
Steph, how much do you appreciate what Mike Brown has brought, during these times to step in and do this on the postseason stage? And also, he said there's been some good-natured razzing of him since yesterday. Some good jokes going down on him taking over the Kings.
His track record, obviously, as a head coach, he's coached in finals before, coached some high-powered teams, some big market teams. He's been through it all. Been with us for these last 6 years, and he's been interim coach for a little bit and made his presence felt, especially defensively, leading us this year. So he has a good presence about him, a great way about him. I know Coach talked about it, I think this morning, about what he's meant to our team and to that coaching staff, and just maybe the way that they approach it all year in terms of everybody having a voice and us being able to hear that throughout the year, it makes situations like tonight a little bit easier of a transition. He had a lot of good words tonight. I don't know, it's in history if you've been named the head coach of 2 teams in 24 hours. So he's continuing to set some trends.
Steph, that one-liner you said on TNT after the game, you guys, something the fact that you guys felt like you were maybe all turned into the Sacramento Kings or some
I
version.
misheard that. I was saying because Mike was the coach, it felt like we all got traded because there was a lot of talk about him being the head coach, and obviously all of a sudden now he is the head coach of our team tonight. So it wasn't about how we were playing; it was about just the vibe of Mike Brown as the head coach of the Kings, and all of a sudden now he's the head coach of 2 teams. So gotta get that straight.
Yeah, it's good save.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So my emotions are kind of all over the place now. I'm kind of losing that emotion for the game, from the game. So I'm going to go home and just sit on my podcast and talk because I can pause that and cry if I need to cry. I don't like to cry in front of people. What I will say is Hazel and I are going to donate $100,000 to a fund in Adrian's name. I call on my Spartan family, Coach Izzo, Magic, Jaren Jackson, Miles Bridges, Matt Ishbia, all of my Spartan family to come in and let's do something in honor of Adrian. If that's naming something on their campus after him, if that is some scholarships for some kids for Dayton, whatever that is, I call on my Spartan family to band together and do something in Adrian's name. And so I'm going to go home and talk about Adrian. And I'll talk a little bit about this game, but I can do that at my own speed and at my own pace. I apologize. I will give you guys the greatest press conference after Wednesday's game, but I just don't have it in me tonight. I truly apologize. Y'all have a good one.